Hello, friends. Waiting for a new addition to the family. What could be better? Arguing over the name? Going on exciting shopping trips to buy all sorts of necessary things, and maybe even some useless but cute things too. But unfortunately, this scenario doesn't always play out this way in real life. Every member of the family of Nick and Brooklyn Schnarr was in anticipation of the happy times and was looking forward to the birth of the baby. The pregnancy was going well, and there was no sign of trouble. Unfortunately, one of the ultrasound scans showed that Charlie, that was the name the family had picked out for their baby boy, had a terrible disorder, hydrocephalus. No one could say how it happened or why, but Brooklyn was immediately admitted to the hospital, and Nick had to travel back and forth between the hospital and their home, because he also had to take care of their two older daughters. The doctor initially gave the family an optimistic prognosis, letting them hope for the best. However, there came a point when they decided to even stop measuring the level of fluid in the baby's head, since it significantly exceeded all the norms, so much so that it no longer mattered by how much exactly. The only thing the people in white coats could now do was invite the future parents to their office and tell them the sad news. There's a 99% chance that your baby will die immediately after birth, and if you're fortunate, he falls into the 1% and survives. Even then, it's hard to even imagine what kind of life awaits him. The only option was to terminate the pregnancy, but despite the diagnosis, the couple decided against it and made a promise to each other to love their baby no matter what. Back then, they had no idea what an incredible surprise they were in for. The medical staff began to teach the parents to take care of their special needs baby, explaining how life support worked and what they would need to do. Nick and Brooklyn even had to endure a nightmarish lecture about when there might come a point when they'd have to take their son off life support and let him rest in peace. But the couple stoically went through all the stages. Months flew by, and it finally came time for Charlie to be born. Literally 15 minutes before starting the C-section, the doctors once again reminded the parents of the possibility that their baby wouldn't be able to breathe on his own, and that he might end up having to let it go to heaven. Then Brooklyn was taken away, and after several terrible minutes of waiting, Nick heard something incredible. His boy was screaming. He was breathing on his own and screaming. In all his life, Nick hasn't heard a sound more beautiful. When the doctors performed the C-section, they were very surprised to see a completely healthy baby boy, who immediately announced his arrival into this world with a loud cry. How was that even possible, after all the family had to go through? The doctors didn't have an answer and only shrugged their shoulders. They were just as surprised as the parents. The professor later said that there was no medical explanation for what had happened. Somehow, the boy's brain managed to break through the blockage and equalize the fluid balance. In all the time that Nick and his wife had spent in the hospital, they heard the words divine intervention and miracle more times than they could count. Even the most experienced nurses and world-famous doctors could hardly believe their eyes and rejoiced with the family. Medicine had never seen anything like that before. Nick would later say, "I know that all our relatives, friends, and colleagues prayed for us and asked others to keep us in their prayers. I think it was a domino effect. Now I definitely believe that prayers work." And what else could a person say in such a situation? How else could it be explained, if not by a miracle? These kinds of stories really do restore our faith in miracles. Let little Charlie grow up healthy to the delight of his parents and everyone around. And there's only one thing left for me to do, and that's to share this story with you, so that as many people as possible would know that miracles actually do happen. Friends, what do you think of this story, and how is that even possible? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments. And that's probably all for today. See you soon. Bye.